Um, Next, I think I'm at Punchline Comedy Club.
Oh, nice. All right.
I think there's a show called Thankful for R&B. I believe that's where it's at, or that's what the place is called. But that's Sunday, I think. It's upcoming Sunday.
This man stay booked, stay busy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Come on, I gotta work at all times. Come on.
All right, let me give you the proper introduction, ladies and gentlemen. This is perhaps the best rapper in
Oh man,
all of the U.S. Let's just call it what it is.
I appreciate that. Yes, sir.
all of the U.S. I don't know the other languages, so I can't say the world yet. But you up there, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
But all right, so the primary reason why I reached out to you for the interview, trying to get my camera situated because the light all messing up or whatever, all right, is because from my perspective, it was like, okay, you've always been a phenomenal rapper. You've always been this great
Thank
rapper.
you. Thank you.
But over the past 2 or 3 years, the success started to reach its momentum to where it's trying to match the talent, where the
Mm.
success and talent are starting to match. So what happened over the past 2 or 3 years for like this to happen?
Uh, I probably have to chalk it up to like a few between a few specific opportunities that came about over the years, and then a few rooms that I was in that kind of took me to the next level. Well, I say next level in comparison from the reference point of which you speaking from.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so the turnaround for sure was or one point to my turnaround, I got to give credit to my managers, Ladon and Blue Jay. Um, they're very uh, they're very well versed in their business format, and that was the main thing that I was missing as far as I had the talent, but it was just more so like, okay, I still got to get put in those certain rooms. And not every single room we in, necessarily boosted my notoriety or anything like that, but there were a few specific to where it was like, okay, now we're going to start noticing this guy. Now we're going to start booking this guy, which leads me to my second contribution to where I'm at, the Pistons, for sure. Once the Pistons game happened, it was out of here. So now it's just starting to catch up in every other area as well, as far as like, bookings and streams and stuff like that. The Pistons did something. And then my third, the radio. Now that I'm in regular rotation on the radio,
Yeah.
those, three components kind of start just, slowly putting my name out there with those big artists, stuff like that. So yeah.
And it caught me off guard because I remember I was at my sister's house one day, like visiting, and my brother-in-law, he was like, "Man, that Asaka kid, man, he good." I remember because I was playing you in the car, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "This guy is next. This guy is next. He's
Man,
next."
thank you.
And he was like, "Man, I remember you were saying he was good, but
Sir.
I'm blasting him in the car right now." And I was like, "Damn," because I didn't even know you was on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Folks don't listen. I ain't listened to the radio in years. I can't even hold you, but
I don't either. I listen to it now because I tell you that.
but he was listening to the radio. I'm like, radio? And he was like, yeah, this Asaka kid, he real good. And I was just like, damn, something really must have took place in between last time we spoke to now for him to be at this point. So I'm glad you answered that because that was like my biggest question. Like, damn, this guy really been putting in the work. And that also leads to my second question because like it's kind of like a restaurant. You never see how the food gets made. You just know the food is actually table at the point. And because I'm only peeping you through like Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, I'm only seeing the results. So what, in your opinion, has been like the biggest challenge on this journey so far?
Mm. Uh, the biggest challenge I've had so far was kind of figuring out my spatial awareness as an artist. Like, what type of artist am I? Am I classified under a specific genre, or am I multifaceted? And if so, how to market that and stuff like that. Um, I actually want to throw another answer into your last question and also answer this one.
Yeah.
I threw my first personal concert. I've thrown concerts for my group like back in the day,
Yeah.
but I threw my first personal concert in 2021. That was actually the first beginning turning point of putting my name like up there with the bigger acts and stuff like that, because I was able to bring out so many people by myself, excuse me.
Yeah.
And then that's actually where I began with my management. Like right after that concert is when my management began to take place. And to go back to answering this question, one of my challenges was really trying to figure out how to keep my audience entertained, because you've known me for a while, so you know, and I've always had like a small core following.
Yeah.
But that concert kind of showed me like it's not small anymore. So it's like, okay, now he's like, all right, what do we do next? How do we continue to grow? So it's really just been my sound, like figuring out my sound to the, not necessarily to perfection, because I'm always going to be a student to the game, but to a point where I can cater to where I want to cater to when I need to or when I want to, you know.
Yeah.
So that's been like really my biggest thing. Like, what type of artist am I, you know?
That makes sense too, because like a lot of the songs, let's say in comparison to like your first project, what's it called, Nostalgia?
Nostalgia, yeah.
Nostalgia compared to now, Nostalgia, you was rapping your ass off. And
I was rapping
now
my, I was
with,
rapping my ass off.
with these songs, you're rapping, but you'll do sing song, you'll
Yeah.
do full R&B, you'll do almost Nelly like. So I see like the transition where it's like, okay, he's still finding his lane, but at the same time, he's kind of perfecting all of them at the same time,
Yep. Yep.
almost. So
Yes, sir.
I found that to be interesting, and that does lead to my next question: is like, where do you see yourself in like the Detroit music landscape currently?
Mm, I see myself as one of the leaders for the underground. Um, and I say underground loosely because a lot of our biggest stars are quote unquote underground, but they're also mainstream. So I see myself as a almost like a bridge.
Yeah,
A bridge. I feel like I bridge myself between the different music scenes in Detroit. Not all of them, you know,
yeah,
the ones that I have, you know, my own texture embedded in. Um, for example, like just connecting the sound of R&B with rap in Detroit. To my standard and to my understanding, I feel like I'm one of the leaders in that, you know, that mission and stuff like that. And then even furthermore, going into my overall goal, which is to be the bridge for the underground into the mainstream sound of Detroit, period. So that's kind of where I see myself. I feel like I'm one of those leaders. Like I always go support, you know, unwarranted for other people's shows and stuff like that. Um, I always try to, you know, put on shows and stuff like that and give people opportunities that I get. Not that I'm anybody to be giving that opportunity, but you
yeah,
know, if I got something going on, I try to put something else for somebody else, you know, in the way that may not be in my field, but you know,
yeah.
again, that's that bridge thing that I kind of like. I like doing that, so that's kind of where I see myself.
Oh yeah. Have you seen like yourself in any of those memes yet? Where it's like, which Detroit rapper do you got to get rid of? And it's like a bunch
Nah,
of
I know it's coming though, but no, I haven't seen that. You know, a lot of people don't even like consider me a Detroit artist, which is crazy. But
I still don't.
and that's fair. I I,
Yeah,
I get the sentiment because there's a difference. Like it's just a clear difference between our normal sound
yeah,
and just everything that I can do. And it's not that people of our normal sound can't do other things,
yeah,
but you know, they're not as prominent in other areas as to where I'm not prominent at all in their
yeah.
area. So I get it. I still think it's crazy, but it's kind of funny. It's like funny to me. Like, all right, I get it. Like,
But I consider you a Detroit rapper now, but like it's because of where we met.
yeah, yeah,
That's
fair
the
enough.
reason why. I'm like, he's still, but I'm like, nah, he's moved on. He's a Detroit rapper.
Yeah.
That's where he's from. So yeah,
That's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? I moved out there to, you know, kind of pursue my passion and stuff like that. But I'm from Detroit. Like it's where I'm from. I just never adapted to that sound. It just never was my my steez for real. I just don't. Not that I don't care for it. I love our sound. I actually plan on even attempting to experiment with it one day, but
You
it's
don't get
just
the
not
piano
my.
and the Liberty Bell?
You said what?
You don't get the piano and the Liberty Bell on the
You know what
beat?
I'm saying? Hey, the Liberty Bell is crazy. I might tap in just because I really feel that comfortable in my rap bag
Yeah.
to where it's like, okay, I can probably try to experiment with different rap sounds. And I the first one has to be from my hometown. It has to be. You know, it might be a minute before you get it, but like, I'm not opposed to doing that. I love our sound, but it's just not my thing. Like I like being the eyeball, though. I'm not gonna lie. I used to have a problem with it, but I love being the eyeball. I love it.
So speaking of rap styles, I was listening. I went back to listen to all your stuff, and I'm like, all right, you did a lot of big time names now. Oh, I listened to the Yo Gotti joint. I'm like, okay.
Yes, sir.
My question is because I've known you for quite a while now. When you
Mm-hmm.
in the studio with these rappers, are you thinking to yourself, man, I gotta crush this nigga, or it's like,
All
or
right, man.
like
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. And let me not cap on. Let me say this first. I wasn't necessarily in the studio with Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti actually gave a lot of independent artists a wonderful opportunity. I've never seen no other artists do this. Um, he did a challenge, and um, he gave everybody who did the challenge the song. He gave them the song. So I want to be clear. I did not go in the studio with him. However,
yeah,
I still was like, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up, bro. Hey, I'm gonna kill this thing. I mean, but that's rap, bro. I'm come
yeah,
from that hip hop cloth, like to where it's like it's friendly competition. It's a thing. Same thing with playing basketball or any other sport for that matter. Like you can be my homeboy. I don't care, bro. If you trying to get on the song, my goal is to outdo you on this record, bro. I just have to. So anytime I'm in the studio with some big names, I have been in the studio with stuff like that. I'm still like, I don't give a fuck how much money you got, bro. I'm about to wash. That's my goal every time, in a friendly way, of course. But that's
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. That's always my goal, bro. Because I want somebody to do the same thing to me, still sharp and still. I
Yeah,
don't even want to work with you if I feel like you're not gonna push me to, what I'm saying, defend myself on my own song. I don't
yeah.
care. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my mentality. Anytime
Have
I want
you
a song with somebody.
have you come across that where it's like, oh, this person really trying to, they trying to up the game.
There's 3 people, 4 people who
Mm.
ever made me push my pen ever. One of them, he made me push my pen in R&B, which was funny because I
What's
didn't
the
even
about?
consider myself this. He's the reason why I'm an R&B artist. I'm be real, and he's my man. You know him too,
Yeah.
Joey Sativa, bro. Joey Sativa put a
Joy
fire
to
under my ass so bad with this R&B shit. I said, bro, I'm not doing R&B if it doesn't sound on the same level of quality as this man right here. I'm not doing it. As far as rappers,
yeah.
there's 3 rappers that made me push my pen. One, of course, my brother, rest in peace, Zoo. Zoo always made me push my pen.
R.I.P. Zoo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anytime, you know what I'm saying, me and Zoo did anything, freestyling for 2 hours straight, you know what I'm saying, whatever, we always pushed each other. So that's one. I gotta shout out my dog, Jay Classic, because Jay Classic is the only person to actually wash me on my own song. He the only person who did it. He washed the shit out of me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And like when I show people the record, they be like, man, nah, he ain't wash you,
Yeah.
but he had the better verse. And I'm like, if he had the better verse, he washed me. I don't
Did he
care.
wash you?
It's either
Yeah.
I won or I lost. Ain't no in between. Like, but I wanted that because he sharpened my pen so much after that. I,
Yeah.
I actually consider him like my mentor, like when it comes to rapping. He's actually my mentor, but he's the only person to wash me. I have an artist in my camp named LJ. LJ has not washed me, but he also been on my ass. And it's like, bro, god damn it. Like, so those rappers for sure,
Yeah.
anytime I do anything with them, it's like, okay, I know I cannot be lazy. I gotta be sitting in my room in the dark. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta go in the dungeon for some shit for these guys. But yeah, it's happened before. I'm one of those people like I can admit, like, okay, such and such had a better verse, but
Yeah.
that's literally the only person that's ever had a better rap verse than me was Jay Classic. That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only one.
Only one, no, only one. Everybody else, I ain't gonna, I everybody else got washed. I ain't want to say it, bro. Everybody else got washed, bro. Everybody else got washed, or just they weren't on it. Because sometimes some people, and I do this too. Sometimes you
Yeah.
sacrifice a song for them. for the greater good. Like I have a few songs where I've done songs with rappers where I'm singing on a song and they're rapping. I'm not even trying to,
Mm,
I'm trying to make the song better as opposed to this. So it was either that or I just out rapped them. But
yeah.
other these people I named, I've never watched any of these people I named. It's either been close or they just got the best of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was it.
All
But
right.
it was just them.
So let's talk about the album because you gave a little preview of, hey, I got these songs done. So first off, what's the name of the album?
The name of that album
If it
is It
has
Was
one.
Fun. Huh?
If it has one yet.
Yeah, yeah. The name of the album is It Was Fun While It Lasted.
All right, cool, cool, cool. All right. And my next question, what is the concept of the album? Because you're a big concept guy. You
Yes,
are
yes,
a
yes.
huge concept guy. All your albums have a theme. So I want to
Yep.
know what's the theme of this one?
So the concept of this actually has it's almost like a double entendre of a concept. So the main concept is so we're all I don't want to say programmed because I'm gonna sound like I'm trying to be woke. I'm not, but as human beings, especially as men, we're programmed to think a certain type of way because of how we were raised, our
Yeah,
environments, the things we're susceptible to and exposed to at early ages, older ages, whatever.
yeah,
And anything from love to money to drugs to gangs to the politics, whatever,
yeah,
right? But there's a template or a format how every man is supposed to think emotionally. And basically the concept of this album is me letting go of that format, recognizing that I've had success in that format. I've had what we call as male success, like okay, like I work, I provide, I do everything a man is quote unquote supposed to do. So I've had success in thinking with this format for all of my life. So now I'm letting it go, but I'm looking back and still reflecting and saying, okay, that was, it was fun. It was fun, you know, they say ignorance is bliss. Once you figure out something, it's not fun anymore. It's like, damn, okay, now I know the truth. I know the reality of the situation. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of me saying, like, okay, this was fun while it lasted, but now it's time to be, to speak in a mature manner, about my emotions, about my situation, whatever I'm speaking about. So that's the first concept. Um, the second, the order I have it in, or I'm putting it in, it's like, I think they say like it was what 5 stages to a breakup, like that men go through.
yeah,
It's literally those stages because in the concept is me breaking up with that mentality, but
yeah,
it is also me breaking out of a relationship. So it's kind of like a lot of my concepts are usually always open for interpretation to the listener. Even though there's a concept for you to play with. You know what I'm saying? Even with the space tape was a play on like a lot of mental issues that I was going through, but I was just expressing them in a way to where it didn't even feel like it,
yeah,
you know, unless you listened for that. And if you listened for that, then you heard it. And if you didn't, then you had fun regardless. This
yeah,
project is the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of however you want to listen to it within that concept, within that template. But those are the main concepts of the project.
dope, dope, dope. And I I didn't have this written down, but I am curious. What brought that to you? Like, oh, okay. Was it I have a bunch of these songs already recorded and they all kind of fit this theme? Or was it, hey, I have this concept of an album. I just realized something and now I want to turn this into a full project. Was it like that?
Um, it was a little bit of a mix
Yeah.
of the latter. I had some songs recorded, and the first thing I said was, "Damn, these songs sound very mature, like very mature." And not that my songs have ever been like immature, but these songs show my growth, not only as an artist but as a man. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So when I started putting those songs together, um, I actually was going through something very detrimental. I have a situation going on like with my heart, like I had to get surgery and all type of stuff like that. And at the same time, I had like some type of severe pneumonia or something. So I was in the hospital for like a month, in and out the hospital, to the point where I almost lost my life at one point.
Yeah, bro.
Um, and it was just random. Like it's not like I did anything. I was literally sitting in the house playing a game, and then I woke up the next morning and I was on my deathbed. I don't know what happened. Right. So
Oh
while
shit.
I'm going through this, you said what?
I said, oh shit.
Yeah, and it fucked me up. Um, so while I was going through this, I was just conceptualizing like my life in general. I wasn't even thinking about music outside of like, I hope I'm able to live through this so I can complete my goals. But then it was like, okay, well, what are my goals? I actually got time to sit with myself and say like, okay, what exactly am I trying to do, and how am I trying to get there? And then, you get those moments where you kind of sit with yourself and you realize a lot of things about yourself, and you didn't heal from certain things properly. You didn't take the time to acknowledge something or something like that. And that's kind of where the concept came from. And then I realized that some of those songs that I did record fit that concept perfectly. So I think I had been 3 songs in at that point. And from then on, once I got back on my feet, I think I had my heart surgery and I was in the studio the next day, like with my heart patched up and everything. Like I was in the studio the next day and I was just been on the roll ever since with that concept. But that's where
Really
it came
writing
from.
your heart out.
Yeah, literally, hey, listen, literally, bro. I wrote the rap. I wrote the first rap I recorded laid up in the hospital, like fresh out the surgery.
That's really some Kanye through the wire type stuff right there.
Man, that's how I felt. That's how I felt. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All
That's how I
right.
felt.
So with that being said, I just got like 3 more questions left.
Yes, sir.
What we're approaching the end of the year right now. By the time as this is being recorded, what has 2023 taught you as an artist?
Mm, I don't need them. That's what it's taught me. I thought there were a lot of people, a lot of powerful people with record label connects and all that type of shit. And leading up this entire year, um, my mindset went from okay, I need to hurry up and get signed to now I just need a team. I just need a solid team for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And 2023 has taught me that with that team, I can do whatever I want to do. As long as I'm staying true behind, you know, myself, and my team is staying true behind them as well, and we all have the same goal to move forward. Man, I don't need them, man. They're gonna come to me.
Yeah.
When they need you. They need you more than you need them. They just make it look good. But that's
Yeah.
2023 taught me that for sure. Especially with the second concert I just had. Like that, man, yeah.
How was that?
Beautiful. Better than the first one.
Man,
Sold out twice.
I genuinely wish I could have made it out there. I'm sick I couldn't.
It's all good, bro. I'm already planning another, but this one's gonna be private. It's gonna be actually well, I'm gonna wait till you
Yeah.
ask your questions before I announce that. But yeah.
All right, all right.
There's something else coming up, bro.
Okay. That actually is part of my next question. My next
Yeah.
question is, what's the goal for you for the next year?
Next year, I have a plan and execution. Um, well, excuse me. I say I have a plan in the works for right now,
Yeah.
as far as what I want to do. But next year I want to focus on growing my fan base and becoming personable to them. In a sense to where basically growing what I did with the concert, because the first concert it was kind of on the wing. It was like, all right, let me see if I can put this shit together, and I did. It came out beautiful. So this time, this concert was more so conceptualized. It was more so thought out, planned properly, in ways that I didn't do it the first time. So now that I've capitalized off of the fan base I've accumulated over the last 2 years, now it's time to get more personal with that audience and make them feel more comfortable with me as an artist, and then grow that fan base, do the same thing over and over and over until either them labels come to me or I go to them like, hey, these my numbers. I want a distribution. I want this. I want, what I'm saying? I'm building leverage for myself to either A, remain independent comfortably, or B, make sure that these labels got the right numbers when they come to me. You know what I mean? So right now I'm just building my leverage for myself, not even necessarily to get signed per se, even though I just said what I just said. But my plan next year is to build my leverage to its highest capacity at this stage that I'm in.
Dope.
Oh,
And
thank you.
my last question, man, is there anything that you want to put out there to the world, let the people know?
Yes, sir. First of all, on the radar freestyle. I don't know when this will be released, but y'all go check that out when that drops. It's actually, a record that I was working on. It's going on this new album, so it's dope. I got the premiere there, so y'all make sure y'all tap in with that. Um, Multiple music videos, link in the bio. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Also, top of the year, I will be doing a album release concert. It will be private. It's gonna be. I don't need a bunch of people. There's probably gonna be like 20, 25 people there. It's really just for people to get in tune with the album before it drops.
Oh,
Um, I will also be launching merch. If not at that concert, then right after. Um, what else? Again, I don't know when this will be released, but Cleveland versus Detroit Pistons. I will be performing again during timeout, December 2nd. You know what I'm saying? So y'all check that out. The rest of the stuff I can't talk about right now. So, album on the way too, though. Y'all, I'm dropping some singles for sure, for sure. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But album is definitely on the way.
awesome, man. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you for this interview,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right,
Appreciate you having me, man. Thank you.
for sure.